Yeah, I'm having a night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing from Kansas. Patrick Gitter and Jamie Knopf have the front row. Brandon Newby, Blake Veakin on the second row. Jeremy Gardner, Justin Swafford have the third. Daniel Simmons, Patrick Pieper on the fourth. Kevin Bernheimer and Pudge round out the top 10. DP Riggins and Tyler Ott 11th and 12th. Colby Whipple starting 13th and Jarrett Woodard 14th. Ryan McDaniel 15th, Jacob Morgan 16th, Marty Roberts Jr. 17th, Russell Worth in 18th. 19th is PJ Cox, Darren Silva starting 20th. 21st is Jeremy Edwards, Richie Joplin 22nd, James Slank 23rd, Brody Green 24th. Lance Sponberg, Joshua Friel, and newcomer Joey Solom round out the field. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everybody stacked up on pit road, just waiting for the pace car to get moving. Drop in the comments, tell us who you're cheering for here tonight. A lot of drivers expecting this race to be very dominant for the high line, especially getting up there trying to keep the back end underneath them. A lot of passes will be made down on the bottom, and guys are going to have to send it. There'll be guys passing down on the apron, on the front straightaway, anywhere they can find room to make a move here. Cars are rolling off pit road. And here they go for the single pace lap here. Stage break, lap 30, lap 60, and then the run to the finish. Guarantee you tires are going to be an issue here tonight, as slidey as these cars are here at Kansas. Patrick Gitter, the points leader, leading them down. The pace car about to drop in. Pace car is in. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at Kansas. And expect turns 1 and 2 to get a bit exciting here. A lot of drivers saying the middle of turn 2 was where it started to snap loose on them. And guys are already sliding up the track. A few close calls in the top 10. Looked like Swafford just barely kept it off the wall. Get her up to the high side out front. Drivers are going to have to work that bottom groove in with it being a top groove dominant track. Pudge moving up the track in the middle of the pack, back a little further back, starting to spread out. Mid-pack, a second pack is forming. Right behind Jarrett Woodard and Ryan McDaniel in 14th and 15th. Patrick Gitter trying to open up a lead. Brandon Newby in second. Brandon Newby also in third. He's just riding on Gardner's car in third place. Blake Veakin now up into fourth place, just at the fastest lap so far. Justin Swafford right on his tail in fifth. Jamie Knopf up to sixth. Patrick Pieper in seventh. Eighth is Daniel Simmons. Kevin Bernheimer in ninth, and Pudge in 10th. Newbie starting to reel get her in. The points leader currently in first. Second in points, Justin Swafford back in fifth. Made up a lot of ground last week, but a long way to go here. As Newbie shoots by underneath, he's going to go to the lead. Gitter tries to fight back on the high side, but Newbie leads the lap at the line. Oh! Newbie had to check up out of turn 2. Looks like he hit a bobble. Gitter comes flying by. Now Gardner goes by. Blake Viken now up on the high side trying to make a move. Swafford's going to come by as well. Newbie will slot back in fifth. Patrick Pieper right up on the wall. Might be one of the closest ones I've seen so far tonight. Jarrett Woodard back in the pack. I did notice in practice he was taking it a little bit easy. With all the talk of tire wear and the car slipping and sliding, somebody back here saving tires is going to come charging forward late in the stage. Blake Viken now up into third, Swafford in fourth, Newbie in fifth. And here comes Pieper looking to the bottom. Biggest mover so far, Jeremy Edwards already up 5 spots into 16th. Edwards comes in tonight 7th in points, looking to make up some ground. Right behind him, Darren Silva up 3 spots so far tonight into 17th. And Gardner has gotten by Patrick Gitter for the lead. Let's see how he got that done. Down the back straightaway, massive draft. A little help from Newbie on the hood. Into turn 3 and just flies by the exact place where Newbie struggled. And holy cow! Gardner was a little bit loose off turn 4. You have to wonder if that Gardner having Newbie on the hood gives him an unfair advantage, as Blake Viken, I think, might have just barely kissed the wall in turns 1 and 2. Well, right side, holy cow, Blake is loose. Doesn't lift and stays loose again. That car is wildly out of shape. Still holding on to it as he battles with Swafford. Pudge back there in 9th. Bernheimer in 10th. Looking a little further back to see what other battles we got going on as Ryan McDaniel and Jeremy Edwards battle side by side. McDaniel on the bottom. Edward goes by easily and sets his sight on Colby Whipple. Down toward turn 1, still side by side, way up by the wall. I did see a few scratch marks on the right side of the car. Jeremy Edwards, he is using it all. Jarrett Woodard up in 16th now. Darren Silva up in 17th. Richie Joplin up to 19th, setting his sights on newcomer Marty Roberts Jr. Jacob Morgan starting to try and make his way forward. He lost quite a few spots at the start of the race. Now trying to build some momentum as he closes in on Russell Worth. Oh, Colby Whipple gets the wall. He's got some right side damage and loses several spots. See if we can see what happened to Colby here. There's Colby up on the high side. I'm willing to bet based on the damage we saw. No, he just smacks the wall. Out of 4, good job by Jarrett Woodard avoiding him. Hard impact for Whipple. Gardner and Gitter going at it again for the lead. Gitter down to the bottom trying to take the top spot. Gardner holds him off for the moment. Swafford back in third, has a lot of clear track behind him, can just watch this battle in front. Viken still holding on to 4th place, Jamie Knopp in 5th. And it looks like, oh, I was about to say it looks like Viken's got a handle on the car, but I'm not 100% sure based on the way he came off turn 2. Clay, we wish you were here too, buddy. Leslie, that's hilarious. I'm about ready to send Sean some good, holy cow, off turn 2. Jamie Knopp trying to move up into 4th, Viken in 5th, and here comes Newbie. I'm about ready to send Sean Lesperance some good luck charms myself just to see. Oh! Hard hit into the outside wall. Blake Viken is off in the grass. See if we can get another angle on that one. Not sure anybody else got caught in that, but hard hit. He misses. I think Edwards just barely avoids it. And a tough break for Blake Viken, who is having a great run so far. Patrick Gitter, meanwhile, working his way back past Gardner for the lead. Gardner has the preferred high line here. Can really make Gitter work for it. And Justin Swafford is loving what he is seeing just ahead. Gives him an opportunity to pull back up, save some fuel, save some tires. Gitter pulls down to the apron to pull ahead and clears Gardner just barely. Gardner all over the back bumper trying to get him loose. Joey Solom already on pit road. Looks like Joey went in for 4 tires and fuel, but stage break not for another 10 laps. I am wondering what his strategy is here. Gardner holds on to second, Swafford in third, Jamie Knopp in 4th. Oh, we've got a 3-wide battle, a couple of 3-wide battles going on. Jeremy Edwards, Daniel Simmons, Patrick Pieper going at it. Pieper backs out of it. And Jeremy Edwards has now made up 12 spots into 9th place. Pudge, meanwhile, has picked up 4 spots up into 6th. Now, Jeff, I have to go back and pay attention to last week. Patrick Gitter still in the lead. 7 laps to the stage break. Gardner staying with him. Darren Silva, meanwhile, up 2 spots into 18th. James Slyke up 4 spots into 19th. And Brody Green up 4 spots into 20th. Joshua Friel up 4 spots into 22nd. Some of these guys in the back of the pack looks like they've been saving and starting to come alive. Another driver starting to make his way up. He is in this mess. Richie Joplin, who's getting a little bit out of shape off turn 4. Oh! Pieper gets loose. We knew it was a possibility that they'd be getting loose on the straightaway here, or in the tri-oval here tonight. Pieper just proved it. We've got Bernheimer. Bernheimer gets so loose off turn 2, he almost loses the car. Manages to hold on to it. Has to go all the way to the apron to sell. Pieper's in the wall. Looks like he may have saved it. Let's see if we can get a look at what happened to Patrick here. These cars, oh, Patrick is way out of shape, snaps loose, smacks the outside wall a couple of times, and loses a ton of positions. Gitter out front. Doesn't look like him or Gardner are having any struggles at all, nor is Swafford. Further back, though, these guys are slip sliding away all over the track. See how Tyler Ott does coming off of turn 4 here. Late in the run, tires are worn. Tyler's got it dialed in, as does Jamie and Pudge. We saw what happened to Bernheimer a moment ago, and now Bernheimer is in that mess. This is 9th on back to, I think, about 16th spot, all within just over a second. With 3 laps to go in the stage, guys trying to get everything they can. This might get a little bit wild here, as Daniel Simmons goes to the bottom, comes by Bernheimer. DP Riggins now on Bernheimer's back bumper. There's a battle down on the bottom line as Jacob Morgan now up into 11. And car getting loose. I think that was Jeremy Edwards on the high side. Got loose out of turn 2. Morgan gets an opening. Jacob Morgan down to the bottom, trying to pick up some more spots here, and he is holy cow! Edwards is way loose off turn 4. Caution. Our first caution of the night. It's close enough. It will be the stage break, giving Patrick Gitter another stage win. Darren Silva looks like he got caught up in a little bit of trouble. Let's see if it was involved. Yeah, he was avoiding Edwards there. Edwards up on the high side out of turn 4. I'm not sure if he just got loose or if he might have gotten the wall there. Let's get it from a better angle here. I think he was both loose and just gave the wall a little bit of a kiss. Great job by Jarrett Woodard avoiding that, as well as Darren Silva. And stage 1 goes to Patrick Gitter. Jeremy Gardner in 2nd, Swafford 3rd, Tyler Ott 4th, and Jamie Knopf in 5th. Pudge now up into 6th, Daniel Simmons in 7th, Bernheimer 8th, DP Riggins 9th, and Jacob Morgan up 10th. One of the biggest movers so far, up 11 spots. Richie Joplin has made his way up into 11th. A lot of guys used up a lot of tire in that first run. You have to wonder if stage 2 might be a little bit less aggressive. What do you guys think? Stage 2, more aggressive, less aggressive, or about the same, knowing now what they know? As Patrick Gitter rolls off, Jeremy Gardner comes off in second. Let's see if we can get a quick word with Gardner. Hey, Gardner, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I have to ask a really, really important question. You're obviously extremely fast here tonight. Does it give you an unfair advantage having another driver on the hood?
Not really. I would think it would slow me up having newbie on here, but it doesn't.
I wasn't going to say it. I was hoping I was leading you down that road, though.
Oh, no, it's slowing me up a little bit.
Well, I kind of figured, but can't you help get her off for a while? But, man, late in the run, we're seeing guys sliding all over the place. Can you guys keep the tires on them for the second stage?
Not me. I'm seeing what I can do with this new wheel, so I'm just going to let it have at it. Plus, I wasn't here last week, so I'm trying to get what I can get.
Are you done building your rig now that you got a new wheel?
I'm not, unless you want to send me some money.
No, I'm not, but I guarantee you're never done.
No, I'm not.
Well, good luck, man. Give Gitter one heck of a run out here.
Always do.
Jeremy Gardner finishes stage 1 in second, starts stage 2 in second, has a little bit of help or maybe a disadvantage. Not exactly sure which with Newbie on the hood. You know what? Let's ask Newbie. Hey, Newbie, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
I have to ask, you're on the hood of Gardner's car. He says it's a disadvantage. So what do you think? Disadvantage or advantage?
Man, all I know is he's a MVP on my OnlyFans for my feet pics, so that's all I know. Maybe it's gonna be his good luck charm tonight. He'll bring it out the rest of the year.
Well, good luck. It looked like you had some struggles in Heat 1. Can you charge back up in Heat 2?
Yeah, I used my right front up there battling with Gitter. I think it'll shake out back.
Well, good luck, man. You had one heck of a run early.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Brandon Newby and Jeremy Gardner definitely having some fun here tonight. Sounds like all the drivers are having a great time. The car's definitely a handful tonight, though. So Gitter wins stage 1. Who's going to win stage 2? We've already heard Gardner say now he is sending it in stage 2. Will the other drivers do so as well? No caution in stage 1 until the stage breaks. So could make things interesting, although quite a few close calls. Everybody on cold tires, again, they're going to get, some of them you've seen warming them up. I imagine a few of them have done it with the little pump, pushing the brakes here. Now the pace car is in. Gitter fires there, down and away, green flag back in the air. Gitter out front. Looking through the field, everybody settling in. Will we see? It looks like a couple guys starting to push just a little bit. Jamie Knopp, I'm surprised to see these guys trying to make moves on cold tires, but everybody making it work so far. Ryan McDaniel now up to 12th. Jeremy Edwards up to 14th. Richie Joplin lost some spots on pit road. He is back to 15th. Brody Green in 16th. Jared Woodard ends up back in 21st after the stage break, and a bit of a surprise after him avoiding the chaos that he wasn't further up here. Jacob Morgan came alive late in stage 1, now back up in the top 10. Pudge making his way up to 5th, gets past Daniel Simmons. Pudge trying to, a little bobble out of just about everybody there. I think most of the night, I think there's only a few laps here in these cars that these guys have really good grip. And then when it goes away, boy, they start sliding. The guys with the most dirt track experience here might be the ones best suited for the end of the runs here. Brandon Newby currently running in 8th. He fell back a lot early in stage 1. Swafford currently runs in 3rd place, just set the fastest lap of the night so far. And one of only 2 drivers to be under 31 seconds so far. The other driver, right in front of him, Jeremy Gardner. Patrick Gitter's best lap, a 31-second flat. Gardner, 30.96. Justin Swafford, 30.94. And look at the mess just outside of the top 10. Richie Joplin trying to make his way forward. Brody Green up 9 spots right behind him. Marty Roberts in 16th. Bernheimer back in 17th now. Caution is out. Russell Worth involved. Through the front straightaway. Oh, we've got a car. It looks like practically stopped. I think that is James Slyke. Looks like James just grabbed the outside wall. Russell had nowhere to go. Second caution of the night. Gitter out front. And let's see if we can get a quick word with Jarrett Woodard. Hey, Jarrett, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I have to ask, right before that caution came out for both the incident and the stage, you had a very, very, very close call there. How you feeling?
I'm pretty lucky tonight, I think. Yeah, it was a pretty close call, but I was able to miss it somehow, and here I am.
Are you going to be able to start making your way forward? It looked like you were marching forward a little bit in the early going, but lost some on pit road.
Yeah, I scraped the wall a little bit there and had to get some damage repaired, but I don't know, it's a tough crowd here and really loose racetrack, and yeah, tough sledding, but we're going to keep plowing and try and stay out of trouble and see what we can do.
Well, good luck, man. A great save earlier, and hopefully your luck holds.
Awesome. Thanks, Doug.
Jared Woodard, definitely very lucky today. That was not even his first close call of the night. He had one much earlier in the night with a car getting loose right in front of him, or right behind him, excuse me, just barely missing his rear bumper. So a few close calls for Jared, but he is still in the fight. Meanwhile, Patrick Gitter up front, Gardner in second, Swafford in third, Tyler Ott in fourth, Pudge in fifth, Daniel Simmons, DP Riggins, Jamie Knopf, Jacob Morgan, and now Ryan McDaniel round out the top 10. Darren Silva up 9 spots into 11th, Richie Joplin up 10 spots into 12th, Marty Roberts up 4 spots into 13th. Worth noting, Lance Sponberg up 9 spots into 16th now. Jeremy Edwards back in 19th, and Brody Green up 4 spots in 20th. A lot of the back half of the field went back to pit road. Everybody from Brandon Newby in 17th on back made a pit stop, and it looks like for the most part, 4 tires and fuel. Everybody but James Slyke, who appears to have just gone in for repairs and fuel. Daisy cheering on Jarrett and being able to be very, very lucky tonight. Normally, races here at Kansas string out over the course of about 20 to 25 laps. Everybody gets strung out. There's not a lot of battling going on. Here tonight, though, wow. Cup cars and trucks here especially, they tend to get strung out fairly quickly, and then it's just a matter of who did the best job saving tires late in the run. Here tonight, though, they're not getting strung out. We saw battles throughout Stage 1, and it has not let up. They stack back up for the restart. Hey, Swafford, I see you sitting there hitting the like button. I appreciate it. Do it 5 more times, then put your phone down. Don't be on your phone while you're racing, buddy. You're in 3rd. Go for it. They stack back up. Everybody just waiting for the pace car to drop in. Getter will control once they're in the restart zone. Pace car is in. Getter looking for the Geico restart zone. They fire and green flag is in the air. Swafford quickly jumps up past Gardner into 2nd. Gardner back to 3rd. Pudge coming for 4th. Tyler Ott having another great run here on the high side. Tyler Curley running in 5th, battling Pudge for 4th. Richie Joplin picking up the 57 of DP Riggins suddenly loses a couple of spots. Richie Joplin up a couple of spots on the restart, made his way into 10th. Newcomer Marty Roberts Jr., who I am assuming is not the old country singer, which is kind of depressing. That'd be cool. But anyway, he's up 3 spots into 14th, and Darren Silva up 4 spots. And here comes Jacob Morgan. Patrick Pieper, who we saw hit the wall multiple times early on, has recovered up into 15th now, continuing his march forward. Lance Spawnberg battling for 16th with Newby. Newby, the first driver to come to pit road on that caution. Jarrett Woodard closing in on this group ahead. These guys back behind with fresh tires will definitely have a lot more speed for this second run. And Woodard a little bit loose with Whipple on the bumper. They'll definitely have more speed, but they have to stop battling each other to make some moves forward. As Newby now looking to the high side on Blake Viken. And what a battle this is from about 12th on back. Everybody, Patrick Pieper sliding around down the front straightaway. almost gets into Newbie. You gotta wonder if these guys have any grip at all tonight as Newbie gets really checked up off of turn 2. Jeremy Edwards goes back by. 3 wide right in front of Edwards. Edwards comes to the bottom. He's going to make it 3 wide. He backs out of it down the front straight. Caution is out. Jarrett Woodard involved. Joshua Friel, Lance Sponberg also involved. Jarrett down on the bottom as they come out of the turn. Oh, the 10 car bounces off the outside wall, gets into Jarrett. He's going to slide through the infield, take a jump, and come flying off pit road. Jarrett obviously experienced with some rallycross driving. Holy cow. Sponberg really hits that outside wall a ton the second time around and ends up clipping, I think that was Joshua Friel that ended up getting clipped. See Friel moving down, just thinking he had him clear. It was not enough. James Slyke also getting caught up. No, I'm not sure what happened with... Oh! He was trying to get checked up in front of the... or before getting to the back of the pack and ends up towing to pit road. Bernheimer on pit road this time. Brandon Newby back down. Joshua Friel and Lance Sponberg both on pit road for repairs, as is Jarrett Woodard. Jarrett did take some right side damage under that incident. And let's see if we can get a word with third place Justin, or second place now, Justin Swafford. Hey, Justin, it's Doug. You got me?
10-4.
Hey, looks like you're having a bit of fun out there.
Oh, this is a blast, man.
I have to ask, man, you look like you were just kind of hanging out during that first stage, but right off the start of this stage, you shot up into second. You have something for Gitter tonight?
We'll have to see. I'm kind of trying to figure out how to save tire like he knows how to, so just kind of riding behind him, just kind of learning.
I know tire has been a huge issue. Are you worried about some of these guys that are going to pit road getting fresh tires here?
I wouldn't worry too bad. We got a stage coming up in a couple of laps, so we'll get freshies then.
Well, good luck, man. You're in a great position. You've had a fast car all night.
Thank you.
Anthony Swafford cheering him on. Currently running in second place. Jeremy Gardner now in third. Pudge holding on to fourth. Tyler Ott has had a great run tonight, up to fifth. Daniel Simmons in sixth. Jamie Knopf in seventh. And Richie Joplin continues to be the biggest mover, up 14 spots into eighth. DP Riggins currently in ninth. Ryan McDaniel up 5 spots into 10th. Jacob Morgan up 5 into 11. And Marty Roberts Jr. up 5 into 12th. Darren Silva up 5 into 16th. Jeremy Edwards now up 5 spots into 16th. And Brody Green up 6 spots into 18th. Bernheimer and Newby both coming to pit road under that caution. They fall back to 21st and 22nd. Both had problems during stage 1. Have not been able to make their way back to the front yet. Corey cheering for Darren. Darren, one of those drivers up 5 spots, and he also avoided a little bit of chaos a little bit ago. managed to keep that car clean so far. As they stack back up for the restart. Patrick Gitter, Justin Swafford on the front row. Will Gardner be able to pull the same trick Swafford did on the last restart? And slip by on the bottom. And you know what we haven't done yet tonight? We're going to do it on the restart. Crank up your speakers, because once the pace car drops in, I'm going to shut up. You guys can crank it up. Just a few laps away from stage 2. Gitter still out front. Swafford in second. Gardner in third. A battle on for fourth as Daniel Simmons comes by Pudge. Pudge back into fifth. Tyler Odd has slipped back into sixth. And Richie Joplin continues to charge forward, now up into seventh. Jamie Knopf in eighth. DP. Wow, what a mess we have got here. Jamie Knopf, DP Riggins battled out. Blake Veek and Ryan McDaniel. Jacob Morgan in this mess. Jeremy Edwards. Marty Roberts. Darren Silva. Patrick Pieper and Colby Whipple all up in this mess. Oh, we've got one in the wall. I think it's Edwards. It was. Jeremy Edwards gets the wall. Pieper goes up. He gets into one of the new drivers. Marty Roberts ends up in the outside wall. And a few drivers like Darren Silva took a huge advantage there, making up a couple of spots along the way as Darren battles it out with Colby for 13th. Corey, I do not know, but I absolutely love that toy. Darren Silva back in 15th as Pieper comes by. Now the guys on fresh tires starting to fight their way by the guys that stopped. The furthest up right now, Blake Veekin, who stopped on lap 41, now up into 9th. DP Riggins up in 10th. He stopped on lap 30. Then you have to go back to 13th to find Colby Whipple battling it out with Jacob Morgan. Patrick Pieper also on fresh tires, as is Brandon Newby. Oh, Pieper is really struggling here tonight. I think we've seen him sideways more than anybody else tonight as he sends it in under Colby. Picks up a couple of spots on the front. Caution is out. And that is stage 2. Patrick Gitter wins stage 2 with Swafford coming home second, Gardner third, Daniel Simmons in fourth, and Pujanowski comes in fifth. Corey, I did the same thing, and my kids were really little at the time. It was fun. That Crank It Up is one of the greatest things in the world. I absolutely have a huge shout out to Track Cams for Gourmets for hooking me up with that. Now the question becomes pit strategy here, as some of these guys have not been off pit road very long, but they have to get that stop in now for fuel. You have to wonder if guys are stopping for fuel only, tires, what the strategies are going to be here as Patrick Gitter leads them down. Looking to see if anybody is going to try and stay out on the lead lap. And it looks like Kevin Bernheimer is staying out. Jarrett Woodard may also be... Yeah, Jarrett Woodard is staying out as well. Both drivers last pitted on lap 51. Staying out to get some extra track position. The question is, will it pay off here? Good point, Evan. And let's as soon as I stop laughing about that comment, hey Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
10-4, gotcha.
Hey, so have you just made your home back at the front of the pack again?
Man, not yet. I'm keeping an eye on Gardner and Swafford, man. They've been fast all race. That was a heck of a battle with Gardner there during that first stage. So I'm just lucky to be up here for now, man. I'm keeping an eye on him, keeping an eye on this run, see what happens.
I know tire wear has been a major issue for some, and the handling is going away. It looks like you've got it figured out, though. We've not seen you really sliding around nearly as much as everybody else.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, you never know what's going to happen at a place like, Kansas. It's all about luck of the draw as far as cautions. You try to save tire, and then you get 3 cautions on a long run, and it doesn't really matter. But if you don't get any cautions, then the tire saving pays off. So it's one of those where it's just kind of a roll the dice in the strategy, and we'll see what happens.
Well, good luck, and hopefully you can keep that car under you. I know after last week, the points really closed up. So you looking for a good run here tonight to reclaim a bigger gap?
Man, that's the plan. These guys up front, I'm looking at have been fast all season. So I've got to take advantage when I can here. I know Swafford closed the gap pretty good on points last week. So I'm just trying to stay ahead, man. We'll see what happens. These guys are fast.
Well, 2 stage wins. You're on the right track, man. Good luck.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Doug.
Patrick Gitter, 2 stage wins tonight. Now looking for victory lane. Jarrett Woodard did end up going to pit road. Kevin Bernheimer, however, did not. He will start up front with Patrick Gitter on the high side. Kevin Bernheimer currently scored back to 33rd in the points, so he can make up a lot of ground here tonight with a good run, hoping the tire strategy will work in his favor and maybe get a quickie caution. They stack back up. Lights are out on the pace car. Bernheimer, Gitter on the front row. Gardner and Simmons on the second row. Justin Swafford, Tyler Ott the third. Pujanowski and Blake Viken on the fourth. Richie Joplin, Jamie Knopf rounding out the top 10. Patrick Pieper has had a wild up and down night. He is back on the 6th row. It'll be interesting to watch. Can he hold on to it till the end of the race? Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. The final stage is underway, and Bernheimer quickly takes the lead, controlling the restart. But remember, 10-lap older tires does not take Gitter long to get back to his back bumper. How long can Bernheimer hold him off? And here comes Gitter up to the high side. Bernheimer on the bottom, trying to hold him off. Side by side, it'll be Gitter at the line. Looking back through the field, a lot of guys starting to pick up positions. Darren Silva already back up to 14th. Brandon Newby starting to make his way forward again. He is up to 13th. Brody Green up 8 spots into 16th. Colby Whipple now back on the lead lap as well. He is back in 23rd. James Slyke, the only driver out of the race so far. 23 cars on the lead lap, 3 cars 1 or more laps down. And Daniel Simmons now coming by Bernheimer. Bernheimer slipping back to 4th. And here comes Justin Swafford. Looked like Swafford was going to try and get a 2-for-1 there going into turn 1, but backed out of it. Pudge back in 6th. Blake Viken in 7th. Tyler Ott in 8th. Richie Joplin in 9th. And Patrick Pieper starting to move his way back toward the front. Brandon Newby battling it out with the with DP Riggins. Darren Silva side by side with Ryan McDaniel. And here comes Newby picking up the position. DP looks now back down to the bottom. Meanwhile, ahead, Patrick Pieper trying to fight his way past Tyler Ott. And Pudge battling it out with Kevin Bernheimer. It looks like Bernheimer might have a little something for him for a moment. Oh, Bernheimer, though, older tires, you see the back end kicking out. And Pieper gets loose into 1. But gets a massive drive out of turn 2, just nowhere to put it. I think some of these guys are getting loose, but just keeping their foot all the way down in it. They're not losing any momentum, that's for sure. Pieper gets by Tyler Ott, now looking for Bernheimer. Jamie Knopf in 11th. 12th is Newby. DP Riggins in 13th. Ryan McDaniel making his way to 14th. Darren Silva in 15th. Brody Green starting to close in back in 16th. Jeremy Edwards still struggling after that massive run to the front. And stage 1 has not had the same amount of success later in the race. PJ Cox up into 18th. Jacob Morgan, who was flirting with the top 10 earlier, now back in 19th, and Russell Worth in 20th. Jared Woodard hanging on to the back in 21st, still on the lead lap, as is Colby Whipple in 22nd, and Marty Roberts in 23rd. Swafford still all over the back bumper of Daniel Simmons. Pudge trying to close that gap. Blake Veakin now in 6th. Richie Joplin back up into 7th. And Pieper has made his way back up into 8th. Russell Worth has gone off track. What happened here? Oh, we saw it earlier with other drivers. Russell clipping the wall. Ends up going down into the grass on the front straightaway. And Jarrett Woodard has another close call. Let's watch that again, but watch Jarrett Woodard closely here. Jarrett, you might consider loaning some of your league mates a little bit of that luck. Maybe Sean Lesperance could borrow a little. PJ Cox also having an incident. Same thing, pushes the outside wall. Jacob Morgan gets a little bit of it. A lot of excitement mid-pack as guys try and find their way up toward the front. And it seems like Turn 4 has caught a lot of drivers here tonight. Including Patrick Pieper, who has had a great comeback tonight. Now back up in 8th, all over Veakin's back bumper. And as Blake has a little bobble there in the middle of 3 and 4. Pieper right on the back bumper again. Did not get loose that time. He dives down to the bottom in turn 1. Blake Veakin fights back up on the high side. Richie Joplin continuing to make his way forward. Patrick Pieper closing in, and Joey Solom has had an incident. I don't know what it is about this third stage. I think that outside wall might be reaching out and grabbing drivers. Joey Solom finally recovered, got back out on track. Turn 4 is really biting him here. Kevin Bernheimer finally has gone to pit road. His tire strategy so far not working out. As the top 2 begin to pull away here. Patrick Gitter and Jeremy Gardner now have a 1 1/4 second lead over Justin Swafford, who has made his way back into 3rd, Daniel Simmons in 4th, and Pudge in 5th. These 3 nose to tail trying to reel him in. Richie Joplin in 6th. Patrick Pieper in 7th. Tyler Ott now coming by, trying to fight Blake Veakin. That is the battle for 8th. Tyler's got the run. Jamie Knopf lurking right behind in 10th. Brandon Newby now back in 11th. DP Riggins in 12th. Darren Silva now up into 13th. And Brody Green has followed him up 10 spots into 14th. Jacob Morgan back in 15th. Ryan McDaniel in 16th. Jared Woodard now back up in 17th. Trying to get by McDaniel here. Colby Whipple running in 18th. Marty Roberts in 19th after that hard impact into the wall earlier. And he gets the wall a little bit out of turn 2. PJ Cox back in 20th. Russell Worth in 21st. Josh Friel 22nd. Jeremy Edwards 23rd. And Lance Spawnberg back to 24th. The last car on the lead lap. Pudge has gotten by Swafford, now up into 4th, sets his sights on Daniel Simmons. Simmons wicked loose out of turn 4. He ain't lifting though. He sees Pudge right behind him. Richie Joplin, Patrick Pieper, and Tyler Ott now gaining on this 3-car group ahead. Patrick Pieper may not have had the fastest race tonight, may not have the fastest car out there tonight. He has definitely been one of the most entertaining here tonight. As Tyler Ott looks to the bottom. Blake Viken has come to pit road. I think Pieper actually just drifted that off of turn 2. Jamie Knopf, Brandon Newby trying to close in. DP Riggins was gaining on this group a few moments ago. Blake Viken is in. Joey Solom is in. PJ Cox is on pit road. Darren Silva back in 14th. Brody Green now up to 13th. Jacob Morgan back in 12th. Meanwhile, the top 2 continue to pull away. Their lead over Simmons now 2.35 seconds. And Simmons probably about to have a handful because here comes Pudge. Richie Joplin, Justin Swafford, Tyler Ott, and Patrick Pieper still battling from 5th on back. Jamie Knopf on pit road. Just over 40 laps to go. Just over 30 laps since the stage break. A little bit early in my estimation for these guys to be on pit road, but maybe they have a different strategy here that they're working on. As Joshua Friel enters pit road. And Pudge has caught up to Daniel Simmons now. Simmons gets that better run out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, Pudge dives it down into turn 3. Side by side off turn 4. Simmons pulls ahead again, but Pudge definitely wearing him out here. Richie Joplin also starting to close in on both of them. Tyler Ott now settles into 6th. Justin Swafford has drifted back into 7th. Patrick Pieper right there with him. And Pieper down to the bottom. Swafford gets a little tail happy there. Lance Sponberg now on pit road. Justin Swafford in 8th, Brandon Newby in 9th, Jacob Morgan finally cracking into the top 10. DP Riggins in 11th, Brody Green now up to 12th, Darren Silva now up to 13th. And Lance Sponberg starting to roll off pit road now. I would expect to see the leaders in the next 5 laps or so. And here he comes. Jeremy Gardner gives up second to come to pit road. Patrick Gitter still out front. Pudge now in second, 4 seconds behind as Daniel Simmons, Richie Joplin, and Tyler Ott all right there on the back bumper as Gardner heads to pit road. Darren Silva also in. Pudge now in. Pieper. Oh, Patrick Pieper has some problems getting on pit road. Let's see what happens. Patrick has struggled all night with the handling on the car. Gets on the brakes and just loses it onto pit road. He gets rolling again and gets to his pit box. Now it is Patrick Gitter in the lead. Richie Joplin in second. Tyler Ott in third as Daniel Simmons comes down. Justin Swafford in. And this will be the last stop for all the drivers trying to get the most out of it. Patrick Pieper giving up the lead to come in. Richie Joplin coming in. Tyler Ott is coming in. Jacob Morgan stays out. And it looks like Tyler Ott may have had some problems. Tyler Ott manages to save it. Almost slides into the inside wall. Again, guys trying to get as much as they can, knowing this is that final stop that is oh so crucial. Jacob Morgan now heading to pit road. That'll leave the lead to Brody Green. Jarrett Woodard now up into second place. He has not completed his last stop. Blake Viken currently scored in fourth. He'll move up to third as Jacob Morgan comes to pit road. Blake stopped on lap 87 a lot earlier than the rest of the field. Blake takes third at the line. How much longer does he stay out? And the guys that have completed their pit stops, Jeremy Gardner is leading. Once pit stops cycle through, Gardner will have the lead over Jamie Knopf in second. And look whose strategy might be paying off just a little bit here. Kevin Bernheimer will be third, Patrick Gitter in fourth, and Pudge back in fifth. And oh, Brody Green gets loose coming on pit road. Woodard adjusts, misses, and is perfectly fine now. Blake Viken is the leader. Worth noting, during practice, a couple of drivers made a point of practicing pit road entry, and it was highly recommended to the other drivers that they get some practice because it is very tricky to get on pit road here. As we have seen during this exchange of green flag stops. Blake Viken's strategy definitely paying off to give him the lead for the moment, but Gardner 1.5 seconds back and closing. Gardner has also pulled away from Jamie Knopf now. Patrick Gitter has made his way up into 4th. Gardner comes into tonight 3rd in points with a big gap up to Swafford in 2nd. This would definitely be an opportunity for Jeremy Gardner to pick up a lot of points here tonight. Swafford currently running back in 8th place. Oh! Pudge gets the wall off turn 4. Doesn't lose any momentum. Looks like he hit it just where the safer barrier kind of merges into the wall. Justin Swafford in 8th, Tyler Ott in 9th, Richie Joplin in 10th. Jacob Morgan 11th, DP Riggins in 12th, Jeremy Edwards 13th, Brandon Newby 14th, now Darren Silva in 15th. PJ Cox in 16th, Jarrett Woodard still trying to fight back in 17th, Ryan McDaniel 18th, Colby Whipple in 19th, and Brody Green in 20th. Russell Worth and Joshua Friel 21st and 22nd, the last of the cars on the lead lap. Marty Roberts Jr. back on pit road. Blake Viken still holding on to 2nd. Marty Roberts now off pit road and on the freshest tires on track. Patrick Gitter in 3rd, closing in on 2nd place. Blake Viken. Blake, I don't know if he got the wall there or not. He did lose a bit of momentum and Gitter comes flying by. Blake on older tires, 12 laps older than Gitter and Gardner. And Gardner's lead now 1.8 seconds, about 1.9. The question is, how long can he hold it? It'll be 25 to go next time by. Gitter lurking back there in 2nd. Blake Viken now in 3rd. Jamie Knopf in 4th. Daniel Simmons in 5th. Pudge now back in 6th. Swafford in 7th. Tyler Ott in 8th. Richie Joplin now up into 9th. And Kevin Bernheimer back into 10th. Jacob Morgan 11th, DP Riggins 12th, Brandon Newby in 13th, Darren Silva in 14th, PJ Cox now in 15th, and here comes Jarrett Woodard. Woodard looking for 15th, and he is going to take it here. Patrick Pieper has drifted all the way back into 25th. He had a very long stop. I'd imagine a penalty for his incident getting on pit road. Jeremy Edwards has also fallen all the way back into 24th. Looks like he had some trouble on pit road as well. Meanwhile, Gardner out front being passed by guys a lap or more down. Just they have fresher tires. Bernheimer is in. And Gardner's lead is starting to shrink. Patrick Gitter now 1.25 seconds behind. Blake Viken also now coming to pit road. These late race pit stops definitely going to benefit a couple of drivers just outside the top 10. DP Riggins, Jacob Morgan now 9th and 10th. Brandon Newby in 11th and Darren Silva up to 12th. Whipple has a major problem right in front of the leader. See if we have a replay on what just happened to Colby Whipple here. Off turn 2, he gets into the wall. Holds it up top, lets the leader by, but man, that got a little bit close. I'm guessing Gardner was holding his breath on that one. Gardner and Gitter now less than a second apart. Gitter is gaining. Daniel Simmons in third. Pudge now up to 4th. Closing in on him. Tyler Ott back in 5th. We've got another car. Jamie Knopf on pit road. Swafford now to 6th. Richie Joplin now into 7th. Jacob Morgan in 8th. DP Riggins in 9th. And Brandon Newby will move up to 10th. Darren Silva is gaining on him as he takes 11th. Jarrett Woodard now up into 12th. What a recovery. What good luck he is having here tonight. And Richie Joplin is in. It looks like they do have another round of green flag stops here. Based on the fuel runs, I thought they could all make it, but apparently not. So we might have a little more strategy playing out here, as I think PJ Cox is in. Jamie Knopf, Colby Whipple also in. Daniel Simmons now coming in. I think Gardner got the wall there. Gitter closing in quickly. Now the gap just half a second. Patrick Pieper has crashed. You saw him on the front stretch. Let's see what in the world happened here. I'm trying to find here. I think I found where this whole thing started. Off of turn 4, loose into the wall, down through the grass. Turn 4 strikes again. This time Patrick Pieper. Gardner starting to pull away from Gitter just a little bit. Pudge now to 3rd. Tyler Ott now to 4th. Darren Silva now on pit road, giving up 10th. Swafford in 5th. Morgan in 6th. DP Riggins in 7th. Brandon Newby in 8th. Jarrett Woodard in 9th and Brody Green in 10th. Jarrett and Brody stopped at lap 101. Blake Viken, the highest running car right now in 12th place that has stopped in this cycle. Pudge now giving up third to come to pit road. Gardner gets the wall that time. Gitter closing in again. Tyler Ott back in third. Swafford in fourth. Now Jacob Morgan up to fifth. Gardner not stopping. If Gardner and Gitter have to make one more stop, like everybody else as we're seeing, and this could be it. Gardner could be coming. No, he is. No, holy cow. Jeremy Edwards in the 51 comes off turn 4 just about sideways on those fresh tires and comes back by the leader. Russell Worth comes to pit road. Darren Silva back in the fight. DP Riggins in 14th, Darren in 15th. They'll come around and get 10 laps to go for Jeremy Gardner. Could these guys make it on fuel and everybody else trying to get an advantage on tires as Lance Sponberg comes to pit road? 10 to go, and the gap between Gardner and Gitter just 0.3 of a second. Tyler Ott back in third, almost 6 seconds behind. Jacob Morgan back in fourth. Justin Swafford in fifth. Brandon Newby in sixth. And Jeremy Gardner is on pit road. He gives up the lead. Gitter has reclaimed the lead with 9 laps to go. Does Gardner take 4 tires? Fuel only. What will the strategy be here? The long, slow drive down pit road. He hits his pit box. Right sides are up. Four tires and fuel for Gardner. Now it's on Gitter. Gardner slipping back outside the top 10. Now back into 12th. You heard Gitter mention earlier in the race rolling the dice on strategy. Did his roll come up a winner tonight? Tyler Ott in second place, over 6 1/4 seconds back. Jacob Morgan now up in third. Justin Swafford back up into fourth. Brandon Newby in fifth. Brody Green in sixth. Jarrett Woodard up to seventh now. Ryan McDaniel in eighth. Blake Viken in ninth. Blake, the highest running driver to make a final pit stop. And Daniel Simmons in 10th. Richie Joplin, Jeremy Gardner, Kevin Bernheimer, DP Riggins, and Darren Silva rounding out the top 15. PJ Cox, Colby Whipple, and Pudge, the last 3 cars on the lead lap. Patrick Gitter is going to come around to 5 laps to go. And the question now is he having to conserve fuel? Let's see what he does in the turn. He is out of the gas. Oh, you hear the tires squealing. Down the back straightaway. In the draft, trying to save as much fuel. He is out of the gas way early. That could be down to tire wear. Might partially be down to trying to save a little bit of fuel here. Four laps to go for Gitter. Jacob Morgan now up into second. Tyler Ott to third, Justin Swafford to fourth, Brandon Newby in fifth. Brody Green, Jarrett Woodard, Blake Veakin, Ryan McDaniel, and Daniel Simmons round out the top 10. As Gitter comes by, McDaniel sets his sights on Veakin to put them Now it looks like they are actually unlapping themselves on fresh tires. Gardner, meanwhile, all the way back in 12th. Richie currently runs in 11th. Oh, Whipple gets the wall. Colby Whipple gets the turn 4 wall this time. Down the back straightaway, and it looks like Patrick Gitter is going to make it. Jacob Morgan 5 seconds back in second place. Tyler Ott in third. White flag is in the air for Patrick Gitter. One more time around. Gardner only getting to 11th. Might be able to get Daniel Simmons on this last lap, but man, what a heartbreak for Jeremy Gardner after running so well here tonight. Patrick Gitter coming out of 3 and 4. And Gitter wins again, this time at Kansas. Jacob Morgan finally makes it home in the top 3, comes home in second. Tyler Ott comes home in third, and Jarrett Woodard comes across backwards. What the heck happened there? Off of turn 4. Oh, he is way loose. Loses a couple spots and ends up coming home in 12th. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3. Starting with third place finisher Tyler Ott. Hey Tyler, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Hey, that was a bit of a wild night. You were up there in the top 10, but had a few moments of excitement there.
Yeah, it was a fun race, that's for sure.
It definitely looked like a lot of excitement out there, and you come home third place. I do believe that's your best. Are you out of fuel?
I ran out of gas coming out of 4.
Well, that is definitely stretching it to the last drop. That was kind of my next question, how much fuel you had left, but obviously none.
Guys were saying they're going to be like 10 laps short, and I'm like, I'm going to be right on the money.
Well, it definitely worked out in your favor, man. Congratulations, your best finish of the season so far.
Thank you.
Tyler Ott comes home in third. Jacob Morgan comes home in second. Hey, Jacob, it's Doug. You got me?
Got you, Doug.
Hey, I didn't interview you, and you came home in second. Congrats, buddy. You definitely had an up and down night, way toward the back early on in the race.
Yeah, man, I was in save mode, dude. I could save my tires.
Nope, we lost you.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah, I could save my tires pretty good, man. I was good on the long second there, and I drove to 10th on that first little stage there. So yeah, the long run was really working out for me. I'm glad we had some flag runs tonight.
It definitely worked out, and about time you got up into the top three, man. Picked up you're the second biggest mover of the night too, up 14 spots.
Yeah, man, I'm out of gas sitting here. I'm sitting here with the checker flag, man.
Well, congratulations, man. A great run tonight.
Thank you, Doug.
And Patrick Gitter wins again. Hey, Gitter, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, I got you, Doug.
Hey, man, another great run, but I have to ask, are you out of fuel as well?
Oh yeah, I had a half lap of fuel come to the checkered, man. That was cutting it close.
I was wondering when I saw Gardner and a few others hit pit road, did you get a little bit worried at that point in time?
Man, I was checking my fuel gauge that whole last run there. I mean, after we had green flag stops, I figured I would try to make it work. I ran it out when we took green flag pit stops. Only had like half a lap of fuel when I pitted, and then that last green flag run, I was just saving fuel, holding clutch in through the turns, and just barely made it. So just fortunate it worked out that way. Could have gone the other way just as easy.
Yeah, definitely so. But, man, you pull it off. Another win. You extend your points lead. Let's see, with Swafford coming home in fourth and Gardner much further back, man, you're going to extend that points lead yet again.
Yeah, man, I don't know how long it's going to hold up. We'll see what happens. I know Swafford, closed the gap last week. We were within 10 points, I think, or so. I mean, nothing really. So we'll see next week. Week to week, we've had some great racing. You never know what's going to happen here.
Well, congratulations, man. Another win here tonight.
Yep, appreciate it. Thanks, Doug.
And Patrick Gitter sweeps at Kansas, wins both stages, and gets the win here. Congratulations. Another one. I don't know what these guys are going to do to stop him, but they're going to have to figure something out before this season comes to a close. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we did. Look forward to seeing you Sunday morning. GT3 NSS is back. Hope you all have a great weekend. We'll see you Sunday morning.